Hey, Forrest here. I'm home with Cooper, and we got a 30 seconds of work, 10 seconds rest hit. It's 5 rounds of only 3 movements, so it takes under 10 minutes. The first movement is your main movement here. It's ground to overhead. So I have a video about this, so if you have to pause this, you can look at that video where you're touching the ground and going overhead. And if you only have one dumbbell, you can alternate at the ground using one dumbbell. You're hinging at your hips, and you can move slow or fast. Again, check out the other video if you have questions about this. Second movement is reverse snow angels, keeping your feet planted, coming up and around with the arms resting between reps. And then the last movement is an elbow plank. So this can be at the knees or up at the feet. You can switch through this, but saving the arms for the ground to overhead, sticking with an elbow plank. If you feel like doing a full push-up position plank, you can. We're going to start in 10 seconds. If I can hit the button here. Let's see, third time's a charm. Here we go. Starting in 10 seconds, and we're starting with ground overhead.
3, 2, 1, go.
So we're hinging at the hips, touching the ground in between each rep. Here we go. These can be a curl and squat press if you need them to be, but if you're comfortable hinging at the hips, touching the ground, flat back, that's the way to go here. Again, if you only have one weight, you can be alternating these
3, 2,
as you go, touching at the bottom.
rest.
All right, reverse snow angel is next. Keeping your feet on the ground,
2, 1,
thumbs up,
go.
coming around. Oop, sorry, Coop. And back. Coop's right in there. You want to keep your neck neutral here, so don't look forward unless you have to check out the video. Again, you can pause the video if you need to,
Halfway there.
but trying to keep your back straight, reaching as far overhead as you can.
3, 2, 1.
Good. Elbow plank is next. Transitions are fast here, so pace yourself accordingly. Try to hold this plank
2, 1, go.
as best you can, and this is a chance for you to try to get your breath back. The ground overhead's gonna be tough and get you breathing, so try to control your breath here. Holding this plank, drawing in the belly button. It's also a chance for you to protect your low back by activating your abs. So flex the abs, control the breath.
3, 2, 1, rest.
Good, back to ground overhead. 1 round done, we're going for 5 of these.
3, 2, 1, go.
Again, get your hips back. You can bend at the knees, touch the ground, get all the way up overhead. These don't have to be fast. If you're not comfortable with these, you can hinge,
Halfway
curl, and press. If you're not comfortable with this, if you feel good, you can make it one motion.
3, 2, 1, rest.
Good, Superman is next. See if I can not knock Cooper. I don't want to knock Cooper out. Come
3,
forward a little bit.
2,
Neutral neck,
1.
toes are down, and keeping your arms straight. A little tight quarters here at home, so I gotta find that spot where I can keep my arms all the way out straight. And you can rest in between here.
There.
This one's a little tough to breathe as we go. So resting on your chest, but do the best that you can. Try to catch your breath
3,
on the plank.
2, 1, rest.
Good. And pace yourself on these. If you need to take a little breaks, you can, but the rounds are short,
3,
so
2, 1.
hang in there. It's 10 minutes of work total. Control your breath on the plank. And after this will be 2 rounds, so you'll know your
Halfway
rhythm.
there.
And if this is getting really tough, you could switch to a single arm alternating ground to overhead with just one of your dumbbells. That will make this a little bit easier.
3,
So
2,
you decide
1.
what you need to do. Put your 2 rounds in, and we're back to ground to overhead.
3, 2, 1, go.
So we're here, ground to overhead. Again, if this is tough, you could put one of your weights down and alternate ground to overhead. Switching at the bottom, still trying to be even through your feet. Keep your hips square. You decide if this is what you need. If not, you can go both arms at the same time. And this move is going to get your heart rate up.
3,
2 light weights.
1.
Get a lot of work done here. And then we're down to Superman.
3,
There we
2,
go.
1.
In neutral neck. This is really about your shoulder blades in the middle of your back. Again, I'm nice and long, reaching as far overhead in front as you can to start and finish.
Halfway there.
Again, this is a tough one to breathe. Cooper's checking out the backyard for squirrels. That's his favorite thing to do in this room.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Good. And we're going to plank next on either the knees and elbows
2,
or
1, go.
the feet and elbows. So if you can be here on the feet, that's the harder version. And you're controlling your breath, trying to stay even. Activating your abs in the front here, drawing in the belly button,
Halfway
flexing the
there.
core. Again, I have a video on exploring movement for core activation. You can watch that as well if you have a hard time feeling your abs in this. Check that video out and come back to this another time and see if it makes a difference.
Rest.
Good. And we're now back to ground to overhead.
3,
I think.
2, 1, go.
Here we go. Cruising along here. And luckily, that app I'm using keeps track of your exercises and rounds.
Halfway there.
As I can't remember right now, but I think this is the start, either the 3rd or the 4th round. And that's right, we're just gonna keep moving. I'll check that clock
3,
in a moment.
2, 1.
Good, Superman is next. And we are, yeah, here we go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Reverse snow angel.
Halfway there.
I'm gonna move this way.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Okay, plank is next. See how we're doing.
3,
Yeah.
2, 1, go.
All right. So we're holding this plank. After this, we got one more round. So hang in there. We're almost done. Holding this plank again. This can be a knee plank if you need to, but try to control your breath. And just staying with it. Holding on to the end here. Control your breath. This one was getting to me because I lost track
3,
of my rounds.
1.
Here we go.
Rest.
Well, not that that's never happened before. Okay, last round. Here we go. Ground to overhead. You're using 1 or 2 dumbbells here, but this is a chance for you. If you're comfortable and your back's feeling good, you can push the pace a little bit. Make sure you're driving with your hips. Squeeze your glutes at the top as you finish with straight arms. You don't want this to be getting in the low back. You can bend at the knees if you need to. Touch the ground. But it should be the hips, lower body, doing most of the work, swinging through or curling and pressing with the arms.
2, 1. Rest.
Good. Reverse snow angel. Here we go. Last round. Hard work's done.
3,
He's got 2 more movements left.
1, go.
Here we go. Keeping the neck neutral as we go here. Keeping the back straight. And it's those ground to overhead that get your heart rate up.
Halfway there.
And these next 2 movements really just keep all the activation in the right spots in your mid-back, back of your shoulders, here, and then with the core and the plank,
3,
just keeping everything together.
1, rest.
Good. 1 more movement. And then Cooper's ready to go outside. What do you think?
3,
Elbow plank.
1, go.
Last one. Holding this core, belly button drawn in, hips to rib cage, flexing in the front. Almost there. After this, you're done. Stay with it. Control the breath. Done. Nice job. Fist bump. Boom.